I'm Old Panther, and this is Rugby League news by fans, for fans. G'day guys, I did get a new power supply for the PC, so I figured why not update the graphics card and RAM while I'm there. To test out the new equipment, I thought what a better game there is to try than Rugby League, and have a chat to you guys. I only have Rugby League Live 3 on the PC at the moment though, but it's still fun. It's actually pretty trippy to see the old rosters. I played as the Roosters since they're playing the Storm this week, and I just picked the Roosters because they're the home team. So the thing I wanted to talk about is this big drama about the refs the last few weeks. We've got this weird thing now where people are pining for the old days, whatever that means. Do people actually know what the game used to look like? Just as an example, let's take the 86 Grand Final. According to rugbyleagueproject.org, there was 21 penalties in the game, which included 2 sin bins and a send-off, with the game being decided by penalty goals, and that's in a grand final, which are traditionally thought of as having the refs stay out of it, much the same as Origin. Imagine the reaction if that happened in the modern game. They'd be hell to pay for the ref, with media personalities and fans alike shouting about how they've ruined the game. Also, compared to the 80s and 90s, the game is a lot more professional now, with teams training all week on things we didn't see before, like the wrestle and ruck control. The NRL itself has to also be really aware of player welfare, with new info about brain injuries coming up in recent times as well. I put up a video on the 11th, where I showed the NRL could possibly face legal action over the concussion issue. Honestly, it's a minefield for the refs at the moment. Even worse is the media. For example, in 2017, Buzz Rothfield complained about New South Wales being robbed in an Origin series by the refs, with a list of 11 reasons, and many of those reasons being calls that were apparently let go. This was an actual article on the game at the time by a professional journalist. Beginning of 2018, we get a penalty crackdown, and he's one of the loudest voices against it, and that's just one example among many. Honestly, the refs are actually damned if they do, damned if they don't. What we really need is to simplify things for them, and then the way I see that happening is to give them a set of black and white rules, and if a team infringes on them, then they face the penalty whatever that is, and stick to it, so eventually we get to the point where fans know what standard to expect each game, and coaches and players know where the line is. You can't get rid of human error completely, of course, but we can get to a point where people accept the rules no different to a 40-20. No one argues about it, because it's an objective thing that everyone accepts, with the 1% of the time that it could be 50-50 call when it's right near the 20-metre line. Sure, at first there's going to be some major growing pains, but that's going to happen when the NRL only ever try any sort of change for a few weeks. Teams know they just have to outlast the refs and then go back to being deliberately offside, holding down players in tackles, and whatever else due to the lottery of officiating that discretion provides, by its very nature, as you have some poor bloke trying to manage a game's momentum and flow through deliberately inconsistent application of the rules, which then leads to fans being up in arms because they believe their team got robbed, with their opposition being favoured by the ref because we wanted the game to flow, instead of players adhering to the rules. Now this isn't to say we can't look at some of the rules and see if things could be streamlined a bit, because there are a few things I'd like to change, like the 7 tackle set. For example, I don't think it should apply to knock-ons in the end goal, since you're already gaining a 20-metre advantage from the point of the drop ball. Now I don't just want to sit here and talk at you like journos would about what's best for the game and how I have all the answers. I'm here to talk with fans, so let me know how you would fix the issues you see in the game. Are there any rules you would remove, add or change? Let me know in the comments and make sure to subscribe and get people in to share their opinions. The more the better. I love hearing from everyone and having a wide diversity of opinion. Have a good one, guys.